Hello, this is my tutorial for the helicopter cube, and it is obviously not shape-shifting, but shape-shifting kind of sucks. So, here it is. So the first thing we're going to do is make a white center. This is fairly intuitive. It doesn't have to be white, it can be any color of your choice, but I'm going to choose white. So, what I like to do is make rows of 2. This is extremely intuitive, there's really no other way to explain it. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to find any center on the bottom row, assuming that white is the top, and I'm going to make it oriented correctly so that white is on the bottom. So the center over here, this is obviously not how I'm going to do it, so I'm going to do it like this. And as you'll see here, the red center matches up, but I want to get this green center matched up too. But and the red center obviously won't always match up. So I'm going to look through these green centers, possible paths of movement. So it could be here, here, and you could tell by what's diagonal to it. Here, or you could just move the space around a couple of times and see where it goes. You'll learn to see this over time. It could be here or here. It is here. So I'm going to move that around. Now I just have to make this go here, and I just have to move this out of the way, put this in, and there we go. So next I'm going to find center that would be adjacent to it. I'll get to this one later because it's already in. But or no, I'll get to this one now. So this one's and this one. Whoa, good luck there. This one's already in, but it's not. The centers are not in correctly, so I'm gonna flip it over so it's on the bottom layer, and then I've got to get this orange one. So it's not here, it's not here, it's not here, it's not here, and it's here. And what I was doing there, as I was explaining before, is going through the possible pathways. So I need to get this here, move that out of the way, put it back. We need to find the green one. It is not here, it is not here, it is not here, it is not here, it is here. Oops. And let's move it out of the way, put it in, there we go. This one also happens to be correctly oriented and permutated. Very rare. Well, not too rare. So I'm going to go through its place of possible cycles. It is not here, it is not here, it is here. Move this out of the way. This one is oriented correctly, but not permutated correctly. And for the sake of the fact that I haven't gotten to show you, I'm going to cycle it around so that this time when I put it on where it needs to go, it is not oriented correctly. So what I do here is, if you move it in either direction, one of the ways you're going to move it, well, is going to be oriented correctly. So I'm going to move it either here or here. And in this case, neither is oriented correctly. Or, sorry, that is not true. What am I saying at all? Sorry, I'm exhausted, as you could tell, but I felt like doing this tonight because I'm done putting this off. So, I'm going to move it. So, if you move it in this case, it is oriented correctly. And so, once it's oriented correctly, if it is only a single space away from this one, then you're going to move it in the opposite direction from this one and cycle it around. So, when it gets back, it will be oriented correctly. So, now I want to find this blue one. I go through the possible paths. It is here. Get it out of the way, put it in. I'm going for the red one. It is here in the place of possible paths to be. You may be able to tell I'm thoroughly exhausted. But, so, ignore any little pauses or hesitations I have. And I also need to be able to do this in under the 10-minute time limit, so I need to go somewhat quicker. So here, your goal is to orient all these corners correctly. And it's intuitive. There are really only a few possible positions you could have. I'm not going to go through them. Just work on it. It really isn't that hard. So what you'll see here is I have kind of a J-perm, where I have these two are a bar and these two are going to be switched. So I'm going to do, and you'll get this in most situations, otherwise assume you have set up a J-perm from a diagonal, even though diagonals are actually easier, but I'm not going to get into that. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to split these two up the two green rows, you're going to split it up by just going like this. And you'll see here that I have red and orange here on this vertical. That's good. So, oops, let me explain what I did there. So, red and orange over here is good. This is blue, that's not good. So we just simply flip it. We reorient them. Now, in a lot of cases, I'll set this up. You're going to need to do a U-turn. And to do a U-turn, all that you're going to want to do is you'll see everything needs to move in this direction. We're just going to cycle it in this direction. So we're going to start off with the left, then front, then right, then back. And you're going to need to do 10 moves, so 2.5 cycles like that. And then you're done. So now onto the edges, and these are not that difficult. I happen to get a tricky situation here, but it's good because I'm going to need to show that to you anyway. I'm going to show you an algorithm just on the white face that doesn't screw around with anything. It's just up front, up left, up front, up left, up front, up left, oops, up left, and that's a 2-2 swap. Okay. So it's just up front, up left times 3. And so you're going to want to get as many of these centers as you can using that. Here I'm down to 4, so I'll show you an example where these two would flip, but it would also unfortunately flip these two. I have what's kind of a parity. It's the closest thing to a parity on this puzzle. So I'll show you what that does. And of course, you should be able to do some sort of setup moves to maximize the amount you get. Anyway, so sometimes we get a situation like mine, where no matter how hard you try, there's just no way to get using that algorithm to get it to work. So what you're going to want to do in those cases is you're going to want to set it up as much as you can so that these pairs, you'll see I have one pair here, the orange and yellow, and one pair here, the green and orange, are as far away from each other as possible. So what I'm doing here is I'm solving this green and orange, and I'm stating this yellow and red, and I'll explain my reasoning for that shortly. So my yellow and red are wrong, but my orange and green one is correct. The reasoning for that is because I'm now going to flip this puzzle onto its side. Oops. So now you have this yellow and orange, and then this orange and blue. So what you want to do is you want to use setup moves. Or actually, in this case, yeah, you want to use setup moves so that these other two corners take up these two spaces. However, this is not a good situation, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just do this. And then I could do it like this, and do some more setup moves. I'm exhausted. You should get the idea on that. If not, I'll make a follow-up video on how to fix that case. But I am exhausted and really need to go to bed. This method is pretty efficient. It's gotten me under 40 move solves. I think my record is like 32 or something on Gelatin Brain, and I don't think anybody's even close to that. So, yeah, good night. I hope this helped. Leave comments. If necessary, I'll make a follow-up video or make a better one when I'm not exhausted. So, yeah, I hope this helps.